I have the topic that people may think does not affect them. Most people will think that this doesn't affect them and will prompt their listening. I hope to gain your attention and convince you that turf is better than grass. I also hope to convince you that even though turf and artificial grass is different, it can be better than grass in many ways. The first area that turf is used better than grass is, of course, athletic fields. But that's not what I'm going to start off with. You can use grass a better way in your own lawn. The first reason is looks. Have you ever looked at your lawn one summer day and saw a few brown spots and discoloration starting to happen? You started to get a hose a few times a day and water it for at least a month, and it still hasn't gone away, and you don't know what to do. I have personally faced this problem very many times, and have left without a clue what to do. This is the one main reason why to install turf to your yard. With turf, you can get the tint of green that matches your neighborhood's grass and will not stick out, and will be able to stay that color for virtually forever. Now, I know what you're saying. Isn't artificial grass going to feel a lot different when people want to do things on it? Actually, the answer is that turf isn't all that different than grass. Scientists have taken a long time to perfect the feel and look of grass, and have almost perfected it. You may be asking yourselves, what about the height of the grass? What if I like longer or shorter grass, and don't like the look of turf on football fields? You can actually now customize the length of the fibers in the artificial grass to get it to your liking. Now, the first thing I thought, if I were to put artificial grass into my yard, wouldn't that be expensive? The answer is straight up yes. Definitely, a roll of artificial grass is more expensive than a roll of sod. The awesome thing about turf is that it doesn't grow like regular grass. So if you calculate the gas expenses, the seeding and sod costs, the fertilizers and weed begons, and the hassle of maintaining your yard, in about 4 years, the turf will pay for itself. For all of those people out there who dread weekends, getting out the lawnmower and having to go cut the grass or do landscaping projects, this is the product for you. Another question that may be asked about artificial grass may be that does the sun rays affect the way that grass looks? The type of plastic fibers that they have used and tested have come to the conclusion that sun rays and the UV lights that come off the sun do not affect the discoloration of the fibers. The fibers will virtually stay green forever. This product has been called the neatest grass ever. The main reason for this is how easy it is for you to clean it. If a rainstorm comes or kids run on it with muddy shoes, the mud and dirt could be left behind on your artificial grass. But don't fret, there is a simple fix. All you have to use is a hose or that curled up thing that you won't be using much with your artificial grass, and water it off a few times a day, and the dirt will come right off. Those were a bunch of reasons on how artificial grass can help you practically win awards for how good it looks. Now I'm going to move to the benefits that you can do on sports fields and how it can help you in your game. The first big factor of the field itself is rain potentially could almost affect the play or conditions of the field. What if I told you that rain could even save you money rather than cancel games? One downfall in turf is that it can get very hot from being in the sun for long periods of time. This is why teams with turf fields schedule practices and games later in the afternoon or when it's dark at night. Now if it rains, the field could get a chance to cool off, and so you could still have games and practice times and the regular scheduled days. The main reason why games are canceled on grass fields is because rain will get the field too soggy and soft, which could tamper with the grass feel. The rain softens the grass, which makes it dangerous to play on because you won't have good footing as you would on dry grass. Another reason on why games could be canceled in rain is because the field could be ruined by the cleats and the grinding of the players running, and may take time to replace that grass. With turf, you can say goodbye to all these problems. In the lower layer of turf, there is a system of drainage pipes that take the water right off the field and make it seem as if it hadn't rained at all. If it is raining when a game is scheduled, you could play because the field would not be ruined. The fibers are not like the roots of grass, by which they stay in place no matter what. Turf can be used virtually 24/7 all year long, when grass would be almost all gone by the end of that year. Another reason on why turf for sports is better than grass is because there's almost no maintenance. There is no one that has to cut the grass, or you won't have to roll the field flat from the blemishes of the grass, and you won't have to paint lines in the field every month or so. All these costs would add up and help pay for the turf itself, or could save a lot of time and money, managements for other things. Other than the field itself, the play on turf could be a lot better than the feel of grass games. Turf is a lot thinner than grass, but still holds together better than grass. This is key in running and being able to feel faster. Since there are less fibers to get in the way of cleats to cause friction, you run faster and make faster stops and turns in games. This gives you an advantage to teams with faster paced plans to try and get the upper hand. The turf can also give you better play in baseball, softball, and soccer, maybe even golf. Since there are virtually no imperfections on turf, the balls can't make a bad hop or do anything unexpected. This really helps softball and baseball players with ground balls because there will be predicted hops and no bad hops that could surprise them. But to all the sports, the ball will definitely slide across the ground a lot faster and will affect the technique in kicking a ball in soccer or getting a ground ball in baseball that usually slows down in grass but will speed up drastically in turf. Out of all these examples, I believe at least one can affect your life and change your mind about turf. Many people are skeptic about it because it's something new, but isn't that the case with almost all new things? It's going to take people to try it out and find out that it is amazing, and the word will spread. After all, it is said, it is just going to have to be the thing that people try to start to see, and the facts all add up correct, that turf is better than grass.